A monumental shift is unfolding before our very eyes. As of the 7th of June, President Donald J. Trump, backed by 209 BRICS-aligned nations, has officially launched the global currency reset. The fiat US dollar has been replaced by a gold-backed US Treasury note set to be released next week. This isn't just a financial transition. It's the full dismantling of the Federal Reserve and the IRS. In their place, the External Revenue Service will operate under constitutional law. Americans will no longer pay income taxes. Instead, only purchases of new goods will be taxed. Food and medicine will remain tax-free. This marks the beginning of true economic sovereignty. Truth bombs and global tensions. On the 6th of June, actor and special envoy Steven Seagal publicly described Ukraine as a hub for human trafficking, organ trafficking, narcotics, child exploitation, and biochemical labs. His comments echoed a growing chorus of concern from global whistleblowers. The same day, Senators Lindsey Graham and Richard Blumenthal visited Ukrainian President Zelensky. Within 24 hours, Ukraine launched an attack on Russia's nuclear capabilities. Coincidence or coordination? Elon Musk asked the hard question, if they knew, it's dangerous. If they didn't, we're being played. Either way, America must wake up. Meanwhile, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. called for an end to U.S. funding of the United Nations, accusing the global body of facilitating illegal migration under the so-called replacement migration program. U.S. taxpayer dollars have allegedly been used to move migrants across borders through UN-affiliated NGOs. And in a massive financial pivot, Trump is pulling back $4 billion in federal funds from California's abandoned high-speed rail project. Once pitched as critical infrastructure, it now stands as a symbol of waste, fraud, and globalist misdirection. Timeline of events. The final phase. Let's break down the key dates. The 2nd of June. All NESARA protocols were activated. Major banks were connected to the quantum financial system QFS. The 3rd of June, 3:03 p.m. EST, Operation Odin went live. The emergency broadcast system EBS was activated through Starlink. Banks began closing. Old currencies were frozen, and new sovereign accounts opened under QFS protection. The 6th of June, QFS cards began distribution under military escort in selected areas. Mass rollout expected between the 7th of June and the 10th of June. Looking forward, the 10th of June, Tier 4B notifications will be sent out. EBS broadcasts will reportedly include disclosures that may lead to the arrests of high-profile political figures. The 11th of June, Iraq will publicly announce the dinar revaluation with the rate set at 4.8, $1 IQD to $1 USD. The 12th of June, the Supreme Court will review the Ken and Barbie versus IRS case, questioning whether Americans are legally required to pay income tax. The 14th of June, the U.S. Army's 250th anniversary parade will symbolize the return to constitutional governance. The 15th of June, the full EBS goes live. Every citizen will receive secure login credentials to access their sovereign QFS wallet, confirm debt forgiveness, and manage prosperity funds. The 16th of June, Project Odin initiates global blackout protocols, martial law, and arrests. This marks the full deployment of the global currency reset. The 20th of June, emergency alert. U.S. military prepared in 360 cities for a Supreme Court decision on the Brunson voter fraud case, potentially dissolving Congress and the current administration. The 23rd of June, redemption centers begin public appointments under full Jazera protocol. The 29th of June to the 4th of July, anticipated banking blackout as systems adjust to the new financial framework. The 4th of July, public launch of the global currency reset, a date symbolizing independence and rebirth. The 9th of July, deadline for the global reset to be recognized globally and optically completed. Everything is accelerating. We are watching the systematic dismantling of the old financial, political, and judicial order. And while the mainstream media remains silent, the truth is flowing through the cracks. President Trump is not just waging a political campaign, he's leading a multinational multi-dimensional operation to restore sovereignty, law, and freedom. Stay vigilant, stay prepared. This is not the end, this is the rebirth.
Need crypto, because in every single city in the world you have what are called OTC agents. That means I can land in China tomorrow, and if I identify a nice OTC agent over the counter who sells cash for crypto, all I need is the information in my mind and a cheap electronics device, and I can get to that man, send him some crypto, and get $100,000 in Chinese yen for spending. I could do the same in Tokyo, I could do the same in Seoul, South Korea, Singapore, Dubai, Miami, Florida, Canada, Alberta, Mexico, or fucking Brazil. I could do it anywhere in the world, and no bank can stop me. Nobody can stop me from moving my money, because my money doesn't move until I want it to. Get some fucking crypto.
Another core feature of blockchain technology is the ability of individuals to have self-custody of crypto assets in a personal digital wallet. The right to have self-custody of one's private property is a foundational American value that should not disappear when one logs onto the internet. I'm in favor of affording greater flexibility to market participants to self-custody crypto assets, especially where intermediation imposes unnecessary transaction costs or restricts the ability to engage in staking and other on-chain activities.
Every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every bottle of fine wine, every collectible car, every piece of real estate, every private business, everything of value in the world will eventually be a token. This adoption of technology, this evolution, it's not a revolution, it's an evolution of technology, that everything of value will be a token on a blockchain. Not a coin, not a thing, it's literally a line item on a public ledger. Everything of value will be that. And every transaction of value will happen in digital assets. You don't need the pieces of paper. Wipe out all of DTCC, which processes $1.8 quadrillion a year. That is a large number. That will all move to digital. And when it does, it will create massive wealth, the greatest wealth creation opportunity I'm going to see in my lifetime.
In 2012, you'd need 30,000 Bitcoin to buy this house. A decade later, it had only cost you 20 Bitcoin. And today, it could be yours for 5. If home prices keep falling in Bitcoin, why do they keep rising in dollars?
Whether you're a financial professional, an overseas worker, an entrepreneur, or a developer, you will find it faster, easier, more transparent, and more affordable to send, receive, and manage digital value. Our world is in the midst of a profound transformation. We want that transformation to work for everyone. Here at Ripple, we're building financial solutions that are faster, more transparent, more sustainable, and more efficient. What took days will now take seconds. What was costly will now be more economical. Call it the Internet of Value. It's blockchain technology solutions that will help put trillions in trapped capital back to work. It's environmentally responsible crypto innovation for a world that demands sustainability. And it's a whole new way to create, move, exchange, and leverage digital value. We're not just after something more. We're after something greater. which is why we're building it together with researchers and policymakers, financial professionals, developers, and entrepreneurs. This is the journey we're on together, enabling a world without economic borders, not just for a few, but for everyone.